Our second student speaker was selected by the JD class. Chris Hood is from Washington, D.C. by way of Vicksburg, Mississippi. He graduated from Morehouse College with a bachelor's degree in political philosophy and a minor in history. While at Duke, he has been an active member of the Black Law Students Association and the Duke Bar Association. He has also been very committed to the work of the Wrongful Convictions Clinic. After graduation, Chris will join the DC office of the Cadwalader Law Firm. Chris.
Wow, so I have good news and I have bad news, guys. The bad news is that soon we're going to have to start paying for lunch because we won't be able to bum pizza from the lunch talks every day. The good news is that in a little bit, people are actually going to pay us to actually do real work. And that's pretty exciting, especially for someone like me who's been in school for the last 2 decades. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge all the people who made this event as amazing as it's going to be, I'm sure. First, I'd like to acknowledge the deans, our distinguished speaker, all of our faculty, alumni, parents, friends, and most importantly, all the mothers here. Happy Mother's Day, especially my mom who, oh yeah. Happy Mother's Day, especially to my mom who until very recently didn't know I was going to be giving this speech. But surprise. So now that we're standing at the end, it's very easy for me to remember the beginning. And when I first came to law school, I wanted to save the world, and I thought the best way to do that was to be a superhero/lawyer. My plan was to wear suit and ties in the daytime, tights at night, jump into burning buildings or crowded conference rooms, whichever made the most sense, delivering legal memos and jumping over motions for summary judgment in a single bound. Fast forward a few years, and I decided to give up on the superhero aspect, mostly because I don't look that good in tights. But I have decided to dedicate my life to bettering this world. And if I've learned anything in the 3 years here, is that all of us are capable of doing exactly that. You do not need a magic hammer or the ability to fly or super speed in order to make a difference in this world, though admittedly all those things would be really cool. Our legal education is our superpower. And as Spider-Man taught us, with great power comes great responsibility. We all have a duty to do everything we can to help the powerless, like the people affected by unjust voter ID laws, or those who are discriminated against because of who they love, or people who are struggling to stay in this country in order to chase the American dream. Whatever it is that you see in this world that you don't like, whatever it is that you're passionate about, that's your burning building. Find your burning building, save it. Now, as we prepare to don our hoods, signifying our transformation from law students to full-fledged baby lawyers, I can't help but think about the transformation going on in the world outside of the bubble that is Duke Law. Think back to 1L year when we learned of the tragic death of Trayvon Martin in Sanford, Florida, and how his death added a real-life face to the discussions that we were having in criminal law about self-defense and stand your ground laws. And think about last year during 2L when Duke celebrated its 50th anniversary of its first black student. And as notable as that accomplishment was, it gives me pause to think that just a half a century ago, I would not have been allowed to walk across this stage or have the honor of speaking to you. And then this year, when it seems as if every other day we turn on the TV and are greeted with another Freddie Gray, another Michael Brown, another Eric Garner. From Baltimore, Maryland to Ferguson, Missouri, the struggles that are going on outside are a sign that this nation, as great as it is, still has so far to go to achieve its vision of its founding fathers, of a nation of all people created equal. And in order to reach that, in order to achieve that goal, we must understand that Black lives matter. and white lives matter, and green lives, and purple lives, and it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, gay, straight, alien, dinosaur, grumpy cat, donkey, it doesn't matter, you matter. Your life is important. Now, this is the beginning of something, but not the end. Well, actually, that's not 100% true. This is the end of a couple things, like some of the most illustrious shooters' careers that Durham has likely ever seen. It's the end of 3 LOLing, of staying up all night cramming for a final and still not feeling prepared the next day. It's the end of battles with that vending machine downstairs. It's the end of Dean Belk's wonderful end of semester wellness emails reminding us that one cannot live on fast food alone. It's also the end of this speech, almost. So before I go, I have a couple of thank yous that I want to give out. So first, I want to thank all of the family who has made sacrifices for all of the students here. This is your graduation as much as it is ours. Also, yeah, absolutely. Also, I want to thank Duke Law for my growing caffeine addiction. I want to thank Camp Out for teaching me the dangers of Fireball whiskey. I want to thank Duke Basketball for bringing home the national championship. And of course, I want to thank the legal job market for improving significantly since 2012. And most importantly, I want to thank you, the class of 2015. I want you to know that these last 3 years have been some of the best years of my life, and that I would not have been able to make it without the friendships that I've formed with the people in this room. I want you to know that you, all of you, have been an integral part of this experience for me and have turned this place into a home, and I will miss you. I want you to know that all of you are incredible. So incredible, in fact, that Duke Law, during our time here, went from number 11 in the national rankings to number 8 in the national rankings. Yeah. You guys are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And so, as I conclude, I just want to leave you with this quote. I was thinking about this for a while, decided to keep it pretty PG here. I want you to remember that life is not about the climb to the top. It's about the view. Enjoy the view. Thank you.